Is this the ultimate auto-battler experience? The potential is certainly here, as The Last Flame have learned from the best. I would describe The Last Flame as a mix between Slay the Spire and Auto Chess. You have the structure of Slay the Spire and the gameplay of Auto Chess in a single-player formula. I love that they have gone for a single-player experience instead of multiplayer, as I really like the auto-battler formula that Auto Chess started and TFT have perfected. With single-player you can slow down, take your time, as there are no timers for other players. As I mentioned, the structure is similar to Slay the Spire. I'm sure other games have had the campaign structure before Slay the Spire, but that's the game that comes into mind for me. In the game you're presented with a map that have several paths, and you can clearly see what you will be facing in each path, events, shops, and resting sites too, so you can make an informed decision on which path you want to take. The path will also intersect at a few points if you want to switch it up midpoint. At the end you have the boss, and if you beat the boss you'll move on to the next chapter and you get a new map. I like this structure. You get to make decisions as well as it is random. The game starts off with you choosing 2 heroes out of a pool of 7. The game right now have over 50 heroes, so you have a lot to play around with here. After that you choose your path and then you're into the first battle. As this is an auto battler, you choose the position of your characters and the game plays out the fight with you unable to intervene. Your success is all about preparation. If your heroes die, you lose flame. The flame bar is in the bottom left and this is your HP. When it drops to 0, you lose the run. As you win fights, you're rewarded with currency, recipes, heirlooms, relics, and recruitment of new heroes, depending on the fight and so on. All heroes have 1 active ability and 1 passive at the start. As you level up your hero, you gain more passive abilities. The active ability will be used when the character's mana meter is filled up. Each character can also equip 3 heirlooms. The recipes you can get usually have really good effects, and in the forge before and after fights you can combine heirlooms and recipes into better heirlooms that will have the stats of both the recipe and the heirloom. There is a lot to build around here and take into account. The game have over 300 items to find and equip the characters with. There are over 120 relics. These are permanent buffs for the run, and then you also have origins. These are team buffs that you can acquire and change out. All this is a bit overwhelming in the beginning, I must say. Some abilities have a lot of text and there's a lot of information to absorb and understand. But after a few runs, you will start to understand everything quite well. The in-game tutorial pop-ups explain everything very well and are easily accessed at any time. The good thing about having so much stuff in the game, so many characters and abilities, is that you have a lot of flexibility and build potential. A party is made up of 5 heroes. There are a few relics that can expand this. I think I had 7 in one run, and in one of my favorite runs I went for a summoning build, and as you can see from the gameplay while I'm talking, I think I had 12 summons, and when I buffed them up they just destroyed everything. In another run I built a party around the origin buff Realm Creator. It gives all my heroes +5 healing received for every mana regen I have. It capped at 250%, and when the heroes get overhealed it converts into a shield. So this combined with mana regen items and the character rows which have an area heal, yeah, I could not be killed. Like, it was ridiculous. I can go on and on, but it's a lot of fun mixing and matching characters and items and all that stuff to find the insane combos and builds you can do. I do think there's a lot of balancing left to do. I haven't played on the highest 2 difficulties yet, so it might be better balanced up there, but at the lower difficulties I got overpowered too quickly, I feels like. The game starts you off easy with 1 game mode available and on the easiest difficulty. There are several more to unlock, an endless mode and challenge mode, so the game has a lot of content as of release into early access, which is very nice. There is also a prologue game if you want to try out the game before buying it. Even more impressive is that the game is being developed by 1 dude, and as I mentioned, it's in early access right now. The developer estimates that the game will stay there in 10 to 14 months in order to add more of everything into the game. If you want more tips for roguelike games, check out my list here.